Welcome to the Hometown Bluegrass Show weekly podcast presented by Allen Music Shop. Co-hosts Tim Batts and 20-time Bluegrass Guitar Player of the Year Josh Williams will talk about the latest bluegrass news, interview folks in the industry, and give you lighthearted stories and music tips along the way. Now, here's Tim and Josh.
Hey everybody, this is Tim and Josh.
Hey.
Tim and J-Dub.
That's right.
Right here at Allen Music Shop.
.com.
Downtown Paducah, Kentucky. Just having a ball on a beautiful afternoon recording this podcast for you.
Man, it is too, isn't it?
It is so nice.
Golly. It was cold this morning, though. 34 degrees when I got to work.
It was very chilly, but by this weekend, it's supposed to be in the upper 70s, and I have to break down and mow my yard for the first time. So. And I have a lot of yard to mow.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Like acres?
6 and 7 acres, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, but that's all right. I knew it was coming and just had to psych myself up and prepare myself. So, but anyway, so
good luck with that.
Did you have a good weekend, man?
I did. Yeah, I had a good weekend. Had my kids.
Yeah.
You know, and I got to take Weldon with me when we went to the studio on Saturday to cut a couple of songs, or at least try to. We got one started and one completely cut. So
yeah, cool. Josh's new band, Southern Legacy, trying to put an album together. Is it going to be like a complete album or like a?
Oh yeah, it'll be a full album.
Yeah, 10 or 12 songs or?
Yeah, I think 12 is what we're going for.
That's awesome. I saw some pictures on Facebook, and you guys look like you were having a blast.
Yeah, I had my riding pants on.
I did see those red pants, and I was wondering what that was all about.
It's just sweatpants, man.
Oh, I got you.
That's all they was. But I was channeling my inner Bobby Osborne.
Oh, okay.
Every time, the times that I was with him, I was in the studio with him 2 different times. And both times he had on his hat and his glasses and a nice button-up shirt and sweatpants and sneakers.
Hey, there
so
you go.
I was like, yes, I'm doing that.
Well, it makes sense, yeah. Well, you know.
I thought, you know what, might as well be comfy.
Exactly. I mean, no doubt. If you're going to be in the studio recording music all day, might as well be comfortable.
You know, and there's a 2.5-hour drive to get there and a 2.5-hour drive to get home.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, I always got to put my traveling breeches on, you know, when you're going to travel. So, speaking of traveling, I traveled to Wilmington, Ohio this past weekend for the Industrial Strength of Bluegrass Festival.
Awesome. How was that?
Oh, man, it was just fabulous. Top-notch facility there at the Roberts Center.
Oh, yeah.
And, I'm sure you've been there many times. We stayed there at the hotel, and so it was nice to, you know, I love outdoor festivals, but there's just something about an indoor festival when you walk out of your hotel room and down the hall. And
yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, not have to worry about rain and all that. But anyway, but we had a blast. There was so much great music. Almost got a little tired by Saturday night.
Did you?
Just like, you know, but it was Thursday night, all day Friday, Friday night, all day Saturday and Saturday night. And Daly and Vincent wrapped it up Saturday night late. And so just lots of great bands and a lot of vendors. And, you know, Joe and Daniel Mullins just put on a great festival. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Joe doesn't do anything halfway.
No. That's the first time I've ever been to one of their festivals, and I think they have it again in the fall. And he did mention that next year they're going to try to do a summer festival in that area. Not far from there, they're going to start that. So, but anyway, lots of great bands, lots of great music, and it was a lot of fun. So
it's pretty crazy to see the amount of bluegrass music that is in places you wouldn't think it would be. You know, like South Central Ohio, you know.
Well, I know, and he talked a lot about that and how steeped in bluegrass and classic country music that is. And so, of course, he's been in radio forever, so, you know, him and his dad knew all that information. It was pretty neat.
Yeah. His dad was very well known for the radio show and also the band that they had, Traditional Grass.
Yeah.
But his dad was very well known for the radio stuff.
Yeah.
And there was something else I was going to say because it was going to be really cool. I was going to tell you. Oh, I had mentioned Bobby Osborne just a minute ago, the late great, of course. He at one time was a taxi cab driver in Dayton, Ohio.
Wow, Bobby Osborne was.
The Osborne brothers were up in Ohio for a while.
Yeah, well, I'll be darned. That's pretty
Isn't that
neat.
cool?
That is cool. That is cool. I got to hear some bands I never heard before. You know, the Po Ramblin' Boys I'd never heard before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'd never heard them live before.
Where have you been?
You know, I just hear them on the radio. So, but that was really cool to hear them. And one of my favorite parts was Jerry Salley did a just a solo songwriter set or whatever for about an hour, just him and a guitar and talking about some of the songs he's written and how he wrote them and what inspired them, and then he sang them, and I really enjoyed that.
I would love that.
Yeah, he's such a class act, and gave me this Billy Blue Records hat, by the way. So,
I noticed that. Yeah.
So I was thrilled with that. Him and his wife Erin are just top-notch people, and we'll have to have him on sometime. He is such a great guy. So.
I don't think I've met Aaron. I might have, but if I have, it was only one time and very brief.
Yeah.
But I love Jerry, though. I've known him for a long time.
Guy. He said he's written over 1,200 songs, and about almost 600 of them have been recorded.
Wow, that's awesome.
I know, that's crazy. Of course, his biggest one is Chris Stapleton's song on the Traveler album. It sold, I think he said, 4 million copies.
Wow.
Maybe it was 7 million. Anyway, that's a lot of millions.
Yeah.
And he's got a new cut coming out on Chris Stapleton's new album that's just coming out. One of the songs on there, and he played that, and that's a really good song.
Now, which song? I don't mean to be ignorant here, but which song was Jerry's?
I can't remember either, but
because I do know the one that was it won. Was it CMA or ACM Song of the Year or whatever? Was I'm the one to blame or whatever it's called. I have no one to blame but me. I think's what it's called.
Yeah.
Nobody to blame but me. It ended up winning Song of the Year, and it was written by Barry Bales and Ronnie Bowman.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And could be Jerry was on that one. I don't know. There was a third person, and I can't remember who it was.
I think it's this one. Outlaw State of Mind. It was one that I wouldn't think of that it had been written by him.
Really?
Yeah, I think that was it. But man, just what a great songwriter.
Oh, yeah. And a great guy.
Yeah.
And I've done quite a bit of session work for him.
Oh,
he
really?
hasn't called me in a while. Jerry, if you're out there, if you're listening, you haven't called me in a while, buddy. I can still play. So
Yeah.
and I'm only 2 hours from Nashville. Hint, hint.
That's right. We prove that every week, don't we?
That's right.
Outlaw State of Mind. That's the song that he wrote for him. So it doesn't sound like a Jerry Salley song. That's a very long intro.
It is a long intro. I was just thinking that.
Cut my teeth on Daddy's old LGO, and I lost my mind somewhere in New Mexico.
And that's cool.
I've done that before.
Yeah, no
I've
doubt.
lost my mind out there.
No doubt. But anyway, it's
I'll be dang. That's cool.
yeah, pretty neat.
You know, my mom, I love her to death. I mean, I love my mother so much, but she, I don't think is the best judge of singers at times. And because the reason I think this is because she thinks that Chris Stapleton, all he does is just holler. And it's like, no, that's not. It's just how his voice is. Like, I've stood right in front of him when he's singing those high notes. He's not screaming,
Yeah.
That's just, he's got that rasp in his voice.
Yeah. I mean, I think just him and a guitar could just, sell out a place. I mean, just,
Yeah.
you just don't even need
He
a
really
band.
could. But what started this whole thing was when my mom said, oh, he can't sing. And I said, who are you talking about? She said, George Jones. He's never been able to sing. And I said, you just lost all, like, you are no longer going to be considered. Like, I do not respect that anymore. So she kind of lost that, but that's all right. She doesn't know. She was never really into the music like me and Dad were.
Yeah.
She didn't travel around with us much,
Yeah.
but when she did, she always seemed to have a good time. She made a lot of friends along the way doing that. But
Well, nothing wrong with that.
no.
It's funny, different people's different tastes in music.
Oh, yeah.
Some people who think it's just, oh my gosh, a great artist and great singer, and some people just don't like him. So. But anyway.
Yep, that's true.
So, well, thanks so much for listening to the Hometown Bluegrass Show. We got a lot of great things coming up. We're going to have Caroline Owens on for you tonight here in just a little bit. We're going to get her on the line and talk about a lot of her great music, and she's got some great stuff coming up. And but before we get into our first break, we got some Bluegrass Today news coming up. What you got over there, Josh?
Well, I thought this was a couple of things that was worth sharing and talking about.
Yeah.
So there is a mail order business that's been around, retail business that's been around for years out of Virginia, County Sales. And back as long as I've been alive, I mean, actually the place started in 1965, so way longer than I've been alive. And they're going out of business. They are closing for good on April the 30th. And that's just one of those things where you think, wow, I can't, it's like Oprah. Like, what's life going to be like when that's gone,
Right.
And the other thing I wanted to talk about, before I do want to say all the folks there at County Sales, thank you guys for what you've done for bluegrass music and every genre of music that you've supported. And best to you, whatever's going on in the next season of life.
Yeah, absolutely.
So best to y'all. The other thing I wanted to talk about was, old Grove, right? Old Hartgrove, Mike Hartgrove.
Yeah.
Well, there is a little thing here in Bluegrass Today that talks about he has bought Terry Baucom's fiddle.
Okay. For those who don't know, Mike is the fiddle player for Lonesome River Band.
Yes. He was, of course, with Third Time Out for,
right, yeah.
a lifetime.
Yeah, and before that, didn't he play with like George Strait and some big?
He was in the Jones Boys. He played with George Jones.
George Jones, okay.
And Mo Bandy.
Gotcha.
Well, he's got some stories about that time.
Oh, I bet.
Wow. Can't share them on here, but wow. Right. But anyway, he basically wrote in and said, hey, I have some really exciting news. I bought Terry Baucom's fiddle, and it's the fiddle that he played with Charlie Moore, which he was pretty young when he did that, and also with the original Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver. So it says, this fiddle means a lot to me. I had set the fiddle up for Terry a few weeks before he passed away. It's a good fiddle. It needs to stay in North Carolina. So I asked Cindy if she would sell the fiddle to me. She responded quickly and said that she thought Terry would really want me to have it. Wow. So I feel like a part of Terry will still be with us on the road this year. Isn't that awesome?
That's really cool. I did not know that. That's super cool.
Yeah. He talks a lot more about it, about the time when Terry was playing fiddle for Charlie Moore and the Dixie Partners. And, of course, just really cool stories. Mm-hmm. But I do miss Terry Baucom a great deal. And he was a very good friend of mine. In fact, the infamous Bird video that is on YouTube,
right.
Terry's playing banjo with me on that.
Right.
We played together quite a bit.
Yeah.
And that was one of the only shows that Jason McKendry missed.
I remember we talked about that in our interview with him on here. Yeah, he was so
That's
upset.
so funny.
And most people don't think of Terry as really a fiddle player. I think a lot of people think him as a banjo player. But he's a really good fiddle player.
In Boone Creek, he was supposed to have been the original fiddle player, not banjo player.
Really?
The original band of Boone Creek was supposed to have been Ricky Skaggs, Keith Whitley, Mark Pruitt on banjo.
Really?
Terry Baucom on fiddle, Jerry Douglas, and Lou Reed on bass.
Wow. Of course, everybody knows Mark Pruitt's banjo player for Balsam Range now.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody, of course, knows all the other ones. So that's really cool. I saw Mark Pruitt was inducted into the...
Blue Ridge
Hall of Fame.
Yeah, the Blue Ridge Music Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I saw that the other day. That was really cool. So,
yeah, good for him. Congrats there, Mark.
No doubt.
What a great guy.
Well deserved. Oh, man. I mean, you talking about two nice people, Mike Hartgrove and Mark Pruitt both, like two of the nicest people in the
they're
industry.
both North Carolina boys.
There you go. Must be something in the mountain water there in North Carolina.
That's right.
That's for sure. So
I love Mark to death, man.
He's so funny.
Hey, I'm having a hard time hearing you. Can you turn your phone up?
He just smiles the whole time he's playing. He don't say a word, don't sing a lick. He just smiles.
Man, I remember being at IBMA one year, and friend of mine, well, it was Dan T, Tominski, and I was kind of standing in this one spot, and we were watching, and he was playing something, and it was flying. Mark was, just in the wind. And when he got done, he just threw his arms up like that and just grinning, And I remember Dan looking at me and saying, "That is a happy guy right there, man."
He is. He's always happy. I mean, just how can you not be happy playing bluegrass music?
Oh, he's the nicest. So congratulations, Mark, if you're listening.
No doubt. That is so cool. So cool. Well, this is the Hometown Bluegrass Show, and we like to try to, when we remember, feature a hometown somewhere in this great country of ours. And so if you have a hometown that you'd like to give a shout out to or tell us about, maybe it's got deep history in bluegrass music, maybe you just love living there, but reach out to us on our Facebook page, the Hometown Bluegrass Show. And we'd love to hear where you're from, and maybe we'll do a feature on that. But we're going to feature Owensboro, Kentucky, the hometown this week.
Yeah, all right.
So great town of Owensboro, Kentucky is, of course, home to the Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame, and it sits on the Ohio River, and it's just really become a really cool town in the last 10 years.
Yeah. Well, it was cool before that, too, though. Let me say, because
IBMAs were there, weren't they?
Yeah, IBMA was started there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in fact, their offices were there. The festival was there back before the executive ends were all torn down, but it was there. And gosh, it was so much fun when it was like that.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Fan Fest was outdoors at English Park, so that was cool.
Yeah. I went there on a FBLA trip in high school. We stayed at the Executive Inn in Owensboro, and Sawyer Brown was playing there at the Executive Inn, and we were out by the pool we were in high school playing football and threw football with Mark. I forgot the lead singer's last name, Sawyer Brown, but all the band was out there playing, and Mark something.
Martin?
I can't remember now, but
I can't remember his
super
name.
nice guy, but it was a long time ago. But Owensboro, Kentucky, great place to visit. If you've never been to the Bluegrass Music Hall of Fame, such a neat place. The exhibits there are just unbelievable. Great gift shop. They got a picking room. You can just walk in there and grab tons of different instruments and sit around and pick and grin. And they got great shows there. Beautiful theater there. Saw Balsam Range there a couple years ago, and just a great place to visit. So if you ever get a chance, we're in far western Kentucky where we sit right now in Paducah, but Owensboro's about 2 hours kind of northeast of us, and just a cool place to be. So
Mark Miller.
There you go. Sawyer Brown.
I knew it was MM.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's cool. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get Josh on the guitar and teach you a thing or two. And right after that, we're going to have Caroline Owens as our guest tonight. So
cool, yeah.
Don't go anywhere, and we will be right back right after these great messages from our wonderful sponsors. Allen Music, located in historic downtown Paducah, Kentucky, is your source for fine guitars and all types of acoustic instruments. At Allen Music, we are experienced and enthusiastic players of everything we offer. Allen Music is family-owned and has been serving musicians since 1976. So stop by and thank them for supporting bluegrass music. Allen Music, 215 Kentucky Avenue, downtown Paducah, or check them out online at allenmusicshop.com.
Custom Automotive in Calvert City, Kentucky has been a family-operated business for over 50 years. When you call Custom Automotive, you'll talk to an experienced tire and wheel expert. They install wheels and tires on thousands of vehicles every year in addition to their online sales. Stop by and thank them for supporting bluegrass music. Custom Automotive, Highway 62, Calvert City, Kentucky, 270-395-7611. Or visit them online at customautoonline.com.
The Lake House Inn at Sled Creek has undergone complete renovation in 2023. Our outdoor space is unlike any other at Kentucky Lake. With 2 in-ground pools, 18 rooms, and 4 cabins, we're just a stone's throw away from Kentucky Dam. If you're looking to make memories with your family, this nostalgic inn is for you. Welcome to your lake house, where modern meets rustic and becomes home. Reserve online at lakehouseinn.com. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Hometown Bluegrass Show. I'm Tim Batts along with
Josh Williams,
J-Dub.
J-Dubs. Glad to have y'all with us.
Heck yeah, man. We are sitting here at Allen Music Shop, downtown Paducah, just surrounded by all these guitars, and they are now a bourgeois dealer and have them in stock. I saw they sold a mandolin today on their Facebook page.
Yeah.
I saw they posted a bourgeois mandolin, and
So they sold it to my friend Kyle Reeder.
Kyle Reeder, yeah, he's a heck of a finger picker too.
Oh man, great guitar player.
Yeah, I did a video of him and Mark Evans one at the Kentucky Opry put on a show several years ago, and I shot a video of all that, and it was pretty neat. But yeah, he is a heck of a finger picking guitar player. Yeah. But old Marshall County boy too, ain't he? Is he from Marshall County? Or is he from Paducah?
I think he may be either from Marshall County or from Graves. He may be from Mayfield or something like that.
He's a pastor now too, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah.
He is a pastor.
Yeah. Super guy, super nice guy. So, but speaking of awesome guitars, Josh has his in his hand, and he's going to teach us a thing or two.
Yeah, this song has a lot of cross picking in it. In fact, this is one of the only vocal songs that I know of that Tony Rice wrote, but it has some really cool guitar work in it, and it's a long song, so I'll do a condensed version of it. I'll just do a couple of verses, and that's it. But just a really cool song called "Never Meant to Be." You know, and Tony had a lot of similarities with Gordon Lightfoot. You know, the crazy thing is as they both got older, they looked alike even. And, of course, you know, in the Gordon Lightfoot way, when Tony wrote this song, he had 4 very lengthy verses, you know?
Yeah.
So he had a lot to say.
Absolutely.
So this is called Never Meant to Be. Well, in the darkness of the night, all I hear is a ringing in my ears, and my eyes are full of tears that I can't see. And I'll seek comfort in bad places, and I try to forget the faces of the many friends who say that it was never meant to be. You could always write it off by saying it was never meant to be, though you once told me we'd always be as one. Then you wish me a better day as you turn your back away, and you write it off by saying it was never meant to be. There ain't no dignity remaining if a love ain't worth retaining anymore. So let's just do each other in and leave the sadness and the fury to the judgment of the jury and the signatures that saying it was never meant to be. You can always write it off by saying it was never meant to be, though you once told me we'd always be as one. Then you wish me a better day as you turn your back away, and you write it off by saying it was never meant to be. Then you wish me a better day as you turn your back away from me, and you write it off by saying it was never meant to be.
That's pretty good, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's been a while since I played that one, so
yeah.
It did not come just like riding a bicycle. People that say, "Hey, it's just like riding a bike." No, it is not. And pardon my noise here because I had the mic pulled way down. But yeah, that's a great song, but very difficult to play.
Yeah, I could tell the cross picking in that is quite intricate. That's for sure. So
yeah.
Speaking of Tony, I saw a cool picture today. I actually shared on our Hometown Bluegrass Show Facebook page of Bill Monroe playing Tony's
Yes,
guitar.
I saw that. Yeah.
I thought that was a neat picture.
Oh yeah. He's. I could only imagine what Bill's talking to him about. You know, saying, "Listen here, boy. This is how you need to play this," or something like that. You never know, Or it could have just been, I would love to see that guitar, because it was different at the time,
I imagine Tony would be like, I ain't going to tell you how to play the mandolin, so don't you tell me how to play guitar.
Well, even if he didn't say it, he would think it.
Yeah, I bet. That's so cool.
Yeah, that is a very cool picture.
That's so cool. Well, Josh teaches guitar lessons here at Allen Music Shop. So you have any openings to teach?
I do, yeah.
you?
Yeah, have some openings. Have I think about 3.
About 2 or 3 openings here. So if you want to, if you're kind of a intermediate or advanced guitar player and you want to take it on to the next level, call Allen Music and take some guitar lessons from Josh. So that'd be cool. Well, thank you for that rendition of that awesome song, man. You always enjoy playing, and appreciate that so much.
Well, thanks. I enjoy it too. I enjoy doing all of this,
It is fun.
And here in a minute, when we get to talk to our special guest, that's going to be even better. I enjoy doing that too.
I do too. We've got to meet some cool people on here, and we got a great one coming up for you. Miss Caroline Owens is coming up. She was the 2024 Spigma Female Vocalist of the Year nominee this past year, and she's a sweet girl. I met her in Ohio last weekend, and she's going to be our guest tonight. So we're super excited to talk to her and what she's got going on, and listen to one of her new singles. So we appreciate you being here. This is the Hometown Bluegrass Show. Well, hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Hometown Bluegrass Show. I'm Tim Batts, along with
Josh Williams. How's everybody doing? How are you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing good. We are excited to have our guest tonight, 2024 Spigma Female Vocalist of the Year nominee, I might add, Miss Caroline Owens.
You didn't have to say all that.
Well, that's all right.
Good to be here.
It was a mouthful, wasn't it?
It was, but it's good to be here with you. And I'm sure you've got several awards yourself.
Well, I don't, but I'm sitting across from the table with somebody who does, with Josh Williams. So we joke around. He's 20-time Bluegrass Guitar Player of the Year, and I am 0-time Bluegrass Guitar Player of the Year. So
Well, I feel your pain.
well, you shouldn't feel much pain, girl. I tell you, how does it feel to have been nominated for Female Vocalist of the Year with the likes of like Rhonda Vincent and some of those?
Yeah, it's pretty surreal. When that came out, I was like, oh my gosh, do they have the right person? But it turns out they did, and so we went. But yeah, it's very surreal, and it's quite the honor. You sing just because you love it, and just to have other people love it too says a whole lot. So it was a big deal, and it meant a lot to me.
Well, I bet it did. That's quite an honor for sure. So, of course, she did win, and Josh played with her for many years. So we know.
I did. In fact, the only time I think I've been around you, actually, Caroline, is when you came up on stage with us. I was still playing with Rhonda at the time, and it was at I think it was at Marion, North Carolina, at that festival, North Carolina State Bluegrass Festival. So you came up with us on that.
Yeah, that was my neck of the woods down there.
Yeah.
So you got to play.
I remember that. I think that I do anyway.
Yeah, it's been probably at least 4 years ago by now.
Oh wow.
Oh man.
3 or 4. Because I've been off the road almost 3 years already.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? That's
crazy.
stupid.
That's crazy. Got to get you back on the road, man.
Oh, well, we got quite a bit of stuff this year.
Yeah,
So
good.
Yeah, the old Southern legacy.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, speaking of being on the road, Caroline, do you have a lot of dates booked for 2024, or what do you got going on, girl?
Yeah, we do, but mostly May is our busiest month, of course. And so we've got a lot of stuff, and I'm doing a lot of solo stuff as well.
Yeah.
In May, some private stuff that I'm excited to tell everybody out pretty soon. Can't say anything yet, but a lot of fun stuff happening in May for sure.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, I was just telling the folks earlier, I just, was at the Industrial Strength Bluegrass Festival over the weekend and got to meet you, albeit briefly, but I was walking by actually and heard you singing with Carson Peters, I think, and so I had to step in and say howdy. So how'd that go?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I've been doing some writing with Carson, and so to get to know him has been a lot of fun, and write with him, and of course get to sing with him that night. And they had a host of talent there that night for the jam session. It was good to listen to everybody coming up, and that was actually my first trip to Industrial Strength.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun to get to be there. I had never been up there before, and so I decided to take a trip on up there and see what it was like, and it was a lot of fun, a lot of good talent.
It was. That was my first time to ever go to that festival. So did you get to stay any other days or hear any other bands, or were you just there for that day?
No, I was just there for that day. I had to get home, and so I was just there for that one day. I believe that was Friday. My days are starting to run together.
Yeah.
When I was down there on Friday.
I think it was Friday night late, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so. It's like I say, I mean, my days are running together. When I went up there on Friday, I had been on the road for, it was my 6th day, I think, 5th day. So I was like, is it Friday? Is it Tuesday? So I didn't really know.
I bet you didn't.
Welcome to life on the road. That's how that is, man.
That's cool. Well, so when you play out at these places, do you have a band that plays with you, or do you play? What do you got when you play out?
So I do have a band. We're called Caroline Owens and New Company. And so we play bluegrass, of course, and mix a little bit of traditional country in there and gospel as well. But sometimes I do a solo show every now and then. But those are becoming less and less now with the band, because I just love picking with them so much. But I did do a lot of solo work when I was first getting started in bluegrass. I grew up in the church, so most of my stuff was bluegrass gospel. And so then I got a band, and we kind of still implement those songs every now and then. But in the band, we've got some really great pickers and some good friends of mine. Mr. Zach McLam on the bass, who's a 2-time Spigman Bass Player of the Year.
Yeah, I love Zach.
And oh, you know Zach, yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Zach plays the bass, and we have a brand new fiddle player. That's Ella Thomas on the fiddle. And let's see, Chase Bennett on the banjo. He's a young banjo player up from around the Asheville area. And Spencer Strickland on the mandolin. He's a
Spencer.
5-time Galax winner. So he's just a host of great talent. And then there's me just trying to hang on. So
Now, do you play guitar in your live shows?
yes, I do. I try my best to keep up with them.
Yeah. Well, I saw you the other night. Looked like you were doing a pretty good job. So, Carson kind of plays pretty quick, fast fiddle, so it was kind of hard to keep up with him.
Yes, it is. I love to play rhythm guitar. I do pick a little, but I mainly love to play rhythm. Love to get in there and hit that capo on the 4th fret and mash, as they say.
That's awesome. I don't know if Josh knows anything about that or not.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, something that I saw on your Facebook page that I thought was just really, really cool is, I guess it was back in February, but you had posted a photo of you on stage, and then like the striking resemblance that you had to Loretta Lynn on one of your shows. It's just like, wow, I can't believe how close those two are. It's really cool. Have you seen that?
No, I didn't. Wow. Yeah, he's showing me that now. We'll put that on our Facebook page too, so everybody can see it. But yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is.
That's really cool.
Yeah, she's a lot prettier than I am. But yeah, I thought people were commenting that when I had taken that picture, and it was odd that even we were wearing the same dress in the picture. That was obviously not planned either. So it was really interesting to put those pictures side by side and see how similar they were.
Absolutely.
It's weird how people say I sound like Dolly, but I look like Loretta. So
That's cool.
Well, neither one of those things are bad.
No, that's pretty
no,
good.
they're not.
Pretty good company to be in, that's for sure. So
Seems to be.
yeah.
Have you got to meet Dolly?
Unfortunately not. Now, we've played Dollywood. We got to play it in the fall for their Harvest Festival. But she wasn't there, of course. She ended up showing up 2 days later. I was like, oh my gosh. But no, you know how that is. She just pops in and things. But yeah, would love to meet her. Never have.
Well, you definitely should. She would love you to death.
I would love to. I've heard from so many people that she's so sweet And it's just so neat to hear that, because she could have all the reason in the world to not be sweet and be big-headed, but she just isn't. So
Yeah,
it would be
that's a
nice
fact.
to meet her.
Yeah, that's
That
true.
is a fact.
Well, I predict that you'll probably get a chance one of these days in the next couple years, probably. So just go ahead and prepare yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. Get an IV in my arm and go ahead and make sure that I don't faint and all that kind of thing. Yeah, we're prepared.
That's right. Exactly.
Be cool. Be cool. Be
Yeah.
cool.
Be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my middle name. Yeah.
That's right. Caroline B. Cool Owens.
Well, actually, this is interesting. It is Rebecca, which is Dolly's middle name. So Caroline Rebecca, and she's Dolly Rebecca.
Oh,
so while
yeah.
we're on the subject,
That's funky there.
Yeah. I'll be darned.
Cool. So are you playing anywhere coming up soon that you can tell everybody about? Any public shows that are festivals or anything?
Yeah, I'll be on the road this weekend. Actually, we're going to do a duet show, myself and Spencer, at the Menio House in Outer Banks. So we're doing a private house concert down there, and we always love to do that. This will be our second or third time doing it. And we just love it. It's just a little intimate setting to get to do. And so we'll do that in the afternoon. And then I'm judging the talent competition down there in the evenings. So that's been a lot of fun, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're going to judge people, might as well get paid to do it. No, I'm just kidding.
Right, exactly.
But enjoying judging people and get to hear a lot of talent. That's been something new that I've really enjoyed getting to do, is judge talent competitions and fiddlers conventions. And so been doing a lot of that in between my time on the road.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. That's great.
That's so good. Well, tell me about your new single. I know you've got some good music coming out, and tell me about "Build Me an Ark." It seems to be really gaining popularity.
Well, that song was one that was sent to me by Lacey Mack, and who's a great bluegrass photographer, and she writes some good material too. And she sent me that on a demo tape along with a couple of other songs. Now, when I heard it, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is such a great tune!" So I pitched a fit, and we got it. No, I'm just kidding. I said, "Can I please have it?"
Did you pout and
yes,
put your
she
lip
sent it
out
to
or
me.
anything? Or
No, I just, begged and pleaded for a little while.
Oh, okay.
But no, I'm just kidding. She gave it to me very graciously, and so we got to cut that in the studio. And Darren Aldridge sang some harmony, and I did some of the harmony as well on it.
Yeah.
On the higher stuff, and we had Kristen Scott Benson play the banjo, and Darren played the guitar and mandolin. Samantha Snyder played the fiddle, and Zach McClam played the bass. So Van Atkins engineered it as well, and I was just really happy with what people had to say about it, and that people are enjoying it. You don't ever know if people are going to like it or not. So
Right.
you just have to like it yourself and put it out there,
Right,
But
exactly.
we're happy.
Well, you've got a lot of great singles coming out that have just been released this year, and of course, Josh and I being both Kentucky boys, we like "No More Blue Moons in Kentucky." How was that to record with Darren and Brooke?
That was a lot of fun. When I was sent that song, it was kind of another one of those aha moments. I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is just like, hearing it for the first time. It's just like hearing it for the 100th. It doesn't get old." And so that was sent to me by Darren and Brooke, and it was written with co-writer Dennis Duff out of Kentucky.
Yeah, he's over here,
So that
not
was
far from us.
really cool to hear.
That's cool.
Yeah, cool to hear his take on the state, and of course the idea of the song is heartbreak, and we love a good heartbreak song. So
That's right.
I said, "Yeah, give it to me," And so it was a lot of fun to cut that in the studio with them, and of course Darren produced it and played guitar on it and everything, and so we're just real happy with what people had to say about it.
That's awesome. Yeah, they played at the Industrial Strength Bluegrass Festival, and they're always great to watch. They were just in our neck of the woods a few weeks ago in Madisonville, Kentucky, and got to hear them there. So, but speaking of heartbreak, I will have to say my favorite Caroline Owens song is "Heartbreak Train."
Aww.
So that's my favorite. I play it on the Hometown Bluegrass Show radio show a lot, and I play all your songs, but that is definitely my favorite. Where'd that come from?
Well, thank you. I actually wrote that song when I was 17,
Awesome.
and that was the first song that the label wanted to put out when I signed with Caroline. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, are you sure that's the one you want to put out?" Because I didn't like it.
Oh, really?
And I think it was mainly just imposter syndrome,
Yeah.
not thinking that I was a good enough writer.
Yeah.
And so they put it out, and it really shocked me that people enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And it was just a big thrill to me So it inspired me to write more songs, and I've been doing a lot more co-writing as well, and getting into that kind of thing. But yeah, that was the first song I ever wrote.
Well, that's awesome. That's pretty amazing. Josh's first song he ever wrote was pretty dang good too. So it's definitely not beginner's luck. So
well, that ended up being the name of my first album, my first solo album.
Well, it's awesome. But of course, the title of the song is the two things that encompass bluegrass music: heartbreak and trains. So I mean,
yeah.
So you just nailed it with that one. So, well, that's awesome. Well, hey, what I'd like to do real quick, if you can sit and listen, can we play one of your new songs and let the folks hear them? And then when it's over, we'll come back and wrap this up. What do you think?
That sounds good.
Which one would you want us to play?
Let's play the brand new one.
All right. Build Me an Ark?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's play that real quick, and then we'll be right back with Caroline Owens here in just a minute. Hang on just a second. Build Me an Ark. Caroline Owens on the Hometown Bluegrass Show.
When God looked down at the people of earth and how wicked they had become, he saw evil for what it was and decided what must be done. But Noah and his family had favor in the sight of the Lord. So God said, Noah, son, come a little closer and listen to my word. And the Lord said, Noah, build me an ark, build it in my name. And the Lord said, Noah, build me an ark, no two animals the same. Now the rain is coming and it won't stop falling for 40 nights and days. And the Lord said, Noah, build me an ark, build it in my name. Now Noah labored faithfully as he finished out God's will. An ark made out of gopher wood, they said it took many years. But Noah knew just what to do, for the rain came a-tumbling down. He said, boys, get a hammer, I can hear the thunder, keep your eyes off of the ground. And the Lord said, Noah, build me an ark, build it in my name. And the Lord said, Noah, build me an ark, no two animals the same. Now the rain is coming and it won't stop falling for 40 nights and days. And the Lord said, Noah, build me an ark, build it in my name. Well, the rain fell hard and didn't stop for 40 nights and days. But God watched over his family until they were saved. 150 days had passed till God sent a gift from above and brought us a piece of an olive tree sitting in the mouth of a dove. And the Lord said, Noah, build me an ark, build it in my name. And the Lord said, Noah, build me an ark, no two animals the same. Now the rain is coming and it won't stop falling for 40 nights and days. And the Lord said, Noah, build me an ark, build it in my name. Now the rain is coming and it won't stop falling for 40 nights and days. And the Lord said, Noah, build me an ark, build it in my name.
Build Me an Ark. That's good, girl.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you like it.
Oh, yeah. I love that song. That's catchy. That's one of those songs that just get all stuck up in your head. That's for sure.
And that's what we want, right?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking a little bit of time and spending with me and old Josh Williams. We sure appreciate it.
Yeah,
girl.
we've enjoyed having you.
To be with me.
Well, we've enjoyed it as well. And tell everybody how they can learn more about you and find out where you're going to be and hear your music.
Yeah, check us out on our website. That's carolineband.com. You can go to the tour section and see where we're going to be. Of course, on my Facebook page, that's Caroline Owens. On Instagram, that's Caroline Owens Music. And, of course, Spotify and Apple Music and Pandora. And
Well, Caroline, thank you so much. I hope you have a good night there in North Carolina, and you just keep putting out the great music, girl, because we're sure we're going to listen.
Yeah, we wish you much success.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, guys. Have a great night.
All right,
You
girl.
too.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
The Duck Blind, located in Barlow, Kentucky, is your neighborhood restaurant, bar, and grill. Stop by and try their burgers, the shotgun fixins, the greenhead taco salad, or the pintail pizza. They also are a full-service spirit store with a drive-thru. It's a great family atmosphere with live music on the back patio. The Duck Blind Bar and Grill in Barlow, Kentucky. Unlimited Graphics in La Center, Kentucky is a full-service advertising specialty product company specializing in custom printing, screen printing, embroidery, and promotional products. Our job is to make your job easier. For almost 40 years, we have been serving customers all across America and would welcome the opportunity to earn your business no matter where you're located. Visit us online at unlimitedgraphics.com, and remember, promoting your business is our business.
For over 50 years, Puckett's Jewelry in Benton, Kentucky has been a trusted choice for fine jewelry that will last a lifetime and help you celebrate life's most precious moments. The new owners, Bart and Hannah Lewis, are excited to continue the Puckett's Jewelry legacy in Marshall County and are proud to support bluegrass music. Puckett's Jewelry on the Square in Benton, Kentucky. Visit them online at puckettsjewelry.com.
Well, I've been listening to the Hometown Bluegrass Show.
I love it. That's so cool. So we recorded that a few weeks ago, and Josh was messing around, and so we got some little Freeborn Man promos for the Hometown Bluegrass Show. Speaking of Tony Rice.
Oh, man.
Well, Caroline Owens, what a great girl, man. Super sweet North Carolina girl, and she's doing some things right now. So
Yeah. Wish her much success. That's going to be we need these younger folks coming up to, we're losing a lot of our stars, people that have been around for all these years are passing away, and, we need the young crop coming up.
I know it. And there is, being at that festival, I did get to see a lot of younger pickers. There wasn't, there was a lot of young people coming up. So
Yeah.
even the bands that's been around for a while have a lot of young players in them. And, even Darren and Brooke, people like that, they're still young. You're young. Speaking, just because you're in your 40s doesn't mean you're.
Yeah, I don't feel young.
Well, I saw something the other day that said, people don't realize I'm old till they heard me stand up the other day.
Yeah. Yeah, they always say you're as old as you feel, and all I can think is, oh, no.
Yeah, no, I feel 74.
Yeah,
that's for
this
sure.
is awful. Yeah.
Well, she's a great girl. Lots of great music coming up. She was singing with Carson Peters. That's another one, just a lot of great talent coming up. And
There's a lot of great young pickers. I have not seen a lot of great young singers yet. So we need that. We need some singers coming up.
Yeah.
So if you're a picker and you can hear pitch, please learn how to sing.
that's right. Well, Caroline certainly has a sweet voice, and definitely resembles some Loretta and Dolly mixed in there. So,
Oh yeah, definitely.
so she's got a humble heart too. So good to talk to her. We'll try to promote her all we can, and love playing her music on the radio. So
Yeah.
So anyway, well, this brings another episode to a close, man. It's almost sad.
I know it, but
we have
I love doing it with you, man. This is cool.
You too,
It's
man.
a lot of fun.
Well, let's just take Mordecai on out of here. What do you say?
Hey, we'll just we'll let him talk in front of the candles here.
That's right. Well, this is Hometown Bluegrass Show, brought to you by AlanMusicShop.com. See y'all.
Bye, y'all.
This has been a Bats Creative Audio production.